us.
You linked us together!
You're responsible for us suffering.
How could you do it?
If you didn't want to return to the collective, you didn't have to.
You
don't understand what happened.
Am I free to realize? Somebody help me!
After being freed from the collective, 7 of 9 would become one of the most influential persons in the Alpha Quadrant. From a little girl that couldn't defend herself with parents that were probably the worst the Federation had to offer, to becoming a ranger and even a Starfleet officer. She has a very storied background. There is one piece of her history, though, that was so egregious, even the Borg blocked it from her memory. Let's just get into it. The important thing to remember when it comes to 7 of 9 is that she used to be 2 different people. She still maybe is. She originally was a child by the name of Annikah Hansen, and it's important to remember that Annikah, well, she died at the age of 6 on the SS Raven, again due to the most idiotic and worst parents in the Trek universe, and ultimately she would become 7 of 9. The alternate ego, if you will. She would be raised by the Borg. Her entire identity would be shaped and molded by them. In a way, she lost 2 parents and was adopted by an infinite collective. This would become her sole trait, the thing that drove her. She was Borg. She would assist the growing of the collective and the move towards perfection. She was protected, shielded, and taught by her foster parents, and then one day, ripped away from them. At some point in 2368, 7 of 9 was ripped away from the collective along with others within her Unimatrix. The sphere had crashed, though we don't know why. Their link to the Borg was severed. The drones immediately began looking at ways to reconnect to the Borg. The studious worker bees reconstructed a beacon and contacted their masters. However, during this time, all 4 of them slowly began to regain their individuality.
I used to prepare food for my parents.
I used to be afraid of the dark.
Just before I was assimilated, I was eating.
This is something that terrified 7 of 9. Or should I say Annikah. 7 had been Annikah at 6 years, and with no one to reassure or comfort her, she just became that little girl. She was lost and afraid. And because Annikah was scared, she couldn't fathom being without the collective, nor being alone. So let's talk about what she did, probably her biggest regret.
What are you doing?
The nanoprobes will create new interlink nodes in your left hemisphere. Resistance is futile.
When 7 of 9 realized that she would not be able to fix the beacon on her own, she reprogrammed her nanites to rewrite the brainwaves of the individuals that had been with her. She linked them together, and as they begged for their own individuality,
I will not comply! I will not comply!
she wouldn't give it back. She had no mercy. She created a mini collective and forced them to create a beacon for her so they could all return. This event, in my opinion, is worse than anything she's ever done before, and probably after. As a Borg, when she assimilated entire species and people who probably begged for their life as well, she was pushed. She was a number. It was the hive doing it. It really wasn't her, but this was Annikah. This was a personal choice. She decided to assimilate 3 people into her own little hive and use them to fulfill her own will. So in a way, she became a queen. Huh. Maybe New Trek has something in it after all. In the end, ultimately, because of her weakness, she killed them. All 3 of them. Not directly, of course, but by her actions. To fix what she had done, they would have to die. Now, some will say that when she was released from the collective temporarily, that she became a child again. And that child was scared of being alone. And that's true, more or less. Does that really help all the families that she ultimately destroyed? 3 lives that would have infinitely connected with other people, who would have connected with other people, who would have connected with other people. She destroyed entire histories. I wouldn't be surprised after seeing them off if she blocked this from her memory as well. But all of this is my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
I can't forgive you for what you did to us. But I do understand why you did it.